Good evening, everybody, and what? So we're still waiting for the red light. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another special edition of WMSC's Local Live. My name is Cal. I'm here with Aaron, and we are broadcasting live tonight from Anodyne in Walker's Point on Bruce Street. Tonight's broadcast is also being live streamed, which I hope some of you are well aware of on video because we don't have a crowd here tonight, but we're going to make it a blast anyway. And I want to let everybody know that you can watch along at our website, wmsc.org, as well as our YouTube and Vimeo channels.
We also want to let you know that Local Lab is presented by Third Space Brewing. You have your home, you have your work, but everyone needs a third space. Now, please give a very warm welcome to our band for the night, PEROXIDE.
One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. song's called Cocaine Kamikaze.
PEROXIDE, ladies and gentlemen, here on WMSC's Local Live. And we are live, quote unquote, down here at Anodyne in Bruce Street. We're live, but we're few.
That's right. We're keeping it safe, doing a live stream with just the band tonight. And hopefully you're watching along with us on Facebook and WMSC.org. The band has a really awesome new album out called Twisted in the Wild, and we're excited to hear a little bit more about it. You got the first one, Cal.
I'm wondering if you guys want to introduce yourselves to our listeners real quick.
I am Doug.
Duck, nice to meet you, Duck.
I'm Joey.
I'm Eric.
I'm Blot.
Eric, can I ask what you have protruding from your mask?
This is a mask that my girlfriend's niece made for me.
Oh.
It's a half of a straw.
Very nice. Bravo.
It's very festive.
So peroxide as an everyday substance has many uses. I'm wondering if there is one in particular that struck you guys and inspired you to name your band.
For rock and roll.
I suppose so.
No other use other than it's a good looking and good sounding word.
Yeah?
Agreed.
All caps, right?
Preferably.
Okay. So can you all kind of tell us how many bands have you all each been in? Which bands have you been in, like, notoriously in Milwaukee? Because you all have been in the music scene for quite some time.
I've been in Platinum Boys and Rio Turbo and Catacombs and this and Peroxide. He's been in 10 million bands.
I've been in probably like 40 bands at this point. Most recently, it would be like Detenzione. Holy Shit still exists. Oh, I'm so sorry. Bleep that out. Habitat for Insanity is also active right now. And a million others over the past 20 years.
Yeah, you've been around for a long time in the scene. Yep. What about you, Duck?
Currently I'm in my solo project, Gorilla Night Fight, along with Peroxide, and then a new band that's going to be making its debut in a couple weeks called Delicious Monsters.
All right.
A little bit different. But outside of that, before really focusing on bands, it was mainly being active in the DIY scene with both organizing and hosting shows in different DIY spots across our city.
Cool, cool. And what about Blot?
Yeah, so most recently I was in Beach Burial, which is no longer, but we just recorded our first EP, and it's myself and Tom, who's in Beach Burial, and Peter Woods is gonna be playing bass. He's also in Credentials, but that band's called Hoghead. So
Nice.
between that and Peroxide, that's where I'm at right now.
All right, I'm gonna have to look out for that band. Cool.
That's a hotly anticipated local release, I must say. So thinking about the different projects you guys have been in over the years, I'm curious to know what are some of the great headlining acts that you've opened for? Like, what was your favorite show that you got to watch after you played?
I got to open up for Big Frida once.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I don't know if
Party.
I don't know if it gets better than that. What do you got, Eric? You got something?
Opening for the Angry Samoans was like a dream, but then it turned out they're not good anymore. And it was really weird.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the Zero Boys, they were one of the best like dinosaur bands. They played really good and fast still. And any time that I got to play with Mark DeMann, that would always count.
Nice.
I don't know. Shows, because of COVID, shows have seemed like a lifetime ago, but
Well, your band got to open up for my band.
yeah.
That must have been a big deal.
Nice, nice. So, considering when you all first started playing music in the scene, have you noticed anything change, like over like the last 10 years, that really strikes you in the scene, or is everything pretty much the same?
Punk is coming back in Milwaukee,
Ooh.
specifically hardcore punk.
Okay.
A lot of young cats. They're doing a lot of great stuff, collaborating with each other, making good music, and putting in not only the effort but the passion into it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a change that I've seen.
Good. So yeah. Well, like back, like say 10 years ago, you know, there were a lot of punk houses that were pretty active. I know some of you were frequent folks that lived at punk houses or played shows or attended shows. Are some of those old punk houses still active? And also, are there any new ones that you know of?
That's how the cops get there.
Yes.
We're not asking for addresses here.
No.
Uh,
Just a little history.
I'd say, unfortunately, the longest standing punk house in Milwaukee is no longer a thing, and any of them from years past, there aren't any that are still long standing. But as far as new ones, talk to people if you want to know about them, because there is a couple.
Okay.
Yeah, Ground Zero has stopped, as far as I know.
Well, there's a pandemic too, so.
Right.
That is also true.
Right.
Um,
Hold on, when did that happen?
is it still happening?
When did that
Pretty
happen?
sure. I know that I'm already there, but I'm curious if you guys know at what age a person officially becomes the old guy at the basement show.
I don't think there is an age. It's.
That's a good question.
I still act dumber than most of them.
Yeah, Eric's the oldest one in the band and acts like the youngest one in the band. So it really doesn't, I don't know. Either like you're really, really old or you're really, really young. Otherwise, I just assume everyone's kind of in the same age bracket of hanging out. You know, like if you make it weird, it'll be weird, but just don't make it weird and it's all good.
All right. Words to live by. So how did the initial lineup form? Because this was, you know, the lineup you have now wasn't what, you know, it was initially. How did everyone meet and get everything going?
So it actually started when Blot and I were becoming friends a number of years ago, and seeing him at a DIY space playing drums, and in my mind I was like, I need to make some music with that fellow right over there. And from that question just came practicing ideas, and the ideas came pretty quickly. And then the project, still unnamed at that point, kind of sat for a couple months while I was busy doing shows at an old house of mine. And then finally, one day, Bud and I just wanted to bring it back because we both had the time. And then we also had a show that kind of fell into our laps, and it forced us to write a couple of songs, find a singer, and then played a first show without a bass. And then at that show, Eric's there, and
Yeah, I saw that show and I was like, y'all need a bass player. And I offered to do it because I wanted to. And we went on tour like a month later or something.
yeah, you played a show the next week.
Yeah, it was 1 week later.
And then, yeah, went on a tour, and then unfortunately I had to change singers, and the establishment Joy was working at the time, I walked in and you could see a sad face upon me and asked me what was going on, and I was saying we have to move on with a new singer, and he put his hat in the ring, and the rest is history from that.
All right. When was this that he joined?
Right at the start of 2020. So right before everything got weird, and he wrote lyrics to the songs that we had, or rewrote lyrics to that. We played, I guess, 2 shows in one night, one at Bremen Cafe, and then one for Flat Out Friday in the Mama Tried show pre-party at Fuel on 5th, and then everything shut down.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Crazy times. So where did you go on tour, that initial tour that you did?
The Midwest.
Okay. Just kind of around.
Yeah, we can run basically throughout the entire Midwest.
Nice. Now, did your official band monikers, did those come along just for this band, or were those around, like Blot specifically?
No, I've had that name since, I'd say like my freshman year in high school.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it was actually a typo on my school ID. Instead of Elliot, it said Blot Hess, and it just kind of stuck. So yeah, that's just a name I've had for a long time.
Okay.
And yeah, just gained some momentum, and here I am.
All right. So the new record, how much of the material on that record is from this lineup? Did you write
All of it.
all those songs together?
All of it
Yeah,
written
It's all new.
from, all of 2020. And then it was last February when we went and recorded it with Shane at House Street, and put it down into stone.
Nice. Yeah, that's how that guy rolls.
Shout out to Shane.
Yeah, he did a wonderful job, not only recording but mixing it.
Nice. Yeah, it sounds great.
Are you guys the type to like listen to a lot of music by other people while you're working on your own stuff, or is it more just like focus on your own stuff during that time?
I mean, yeah, basically with how we write songs, I'll come up with a guitar riff, bring it to everybody, have it sort of ironed out, but still open where everybody's got a piece to include in the puzzle, but
There's not much comparison in the recording process.
yeah.
We just try to make us sound good somehow to us. And then it's probably better off if we don't listen to other music, because that's when it starts getting a little weird.
Yeah.
Say, well, you're a lot more talented than we are, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I was going to ask you a 2-part question, like what inspires your lyrics and then who inspires your sound, but it sounds like you guys don't really hone in on anything? You just kind of do
Yeah.
your own thing?
I grew up listening to punk, and that's still my main genre. But when it comes to drums, I really like jazz and just more of like a free-form approach. So bringing those two worlds together is a really fun thing to merge together for this project. But punk is mostly what I listen to.
Yeah, I think we all come from a bunch of different backgrounds of music. We listen to similar things, but there's a million things that the other person will not or does not listen to. As far as the lyrics go, I have freedom to write it. It's my life, basically. Just stories about my life.
It's a,
Love and drugs, and
I think our
that's pretty much it.
sound is basically a conglomeration of 4 people with slightly different palettes of music taste, and it all comes together
Yeah.
as one into what you hear.
When Duck passes out in my house, we like to listen to the B-52s, Wild Planet, in the morning.
Nice,
true.
nice.
So there's an influence maybe
Okay.
somewhere in here.
I can totally see that.
And
You certainly can't see it.
the approach
They're
that
much better looking people than I think we are. But
also the approach of Angus Young on guitar. That's a big one for me. Not necessarily what he writes, but how he approaches it.
AC/DC rules.
Yeah, I see the song title ACD Beat.
That's exactly where that comes from.
So that's coming up in this next set. I feel like we should jump into it. Sound good? All right.
Sounds good to us.
Peroxide, everybody, live on WMSC's Local Live.
Thank you. Sweat Dream. Thank you. End of control. My shirt smells sweet.
Excellent. We can smell it from here. Yes.
I hope not. I don't like it. It's not bad. It's just weird.
Peroxide on WMSC's Local Live. We're here at Anodyne. And I wanted to ask a little bit more about the ACD beat, because it doesn't have a lot of lyrics, but I'm wondering what the inspiration was behind that one.
Cool name.
You're going to say that to everyone, aren't you?
No, well, to be honest, the song names don't really have much to do with the lyrical content, but ACD beat. I don't know if you guys have polls on like the Instagram or something. You're like, is it a cool name? Yes or no? Let's see what the community has to say. I'm gonna go with yeah.
The
I wouldn't
poll
vote,
is
though. I'd
live
be
now.
biased.
We need an Instagram
You guys have that set
poll.
up already, right? The poll.
Of course.
Yeah. Oh, we were starting to talk a little bit about sound in the last bit of the interview, but I'd like to know, like, what are some like quintessential punk bands and also some quintessential non-punk bands that you all agree on that you just absolutely love?
Buzzcocks.
Buzzcocks.
All right.
Yeah, I can get down with that.
Queen.
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 So Buzzcocks and Queen
Yeah.
rule all day long.
Yeah.
You guys figured that out right away, right? Man, these guys sound like a mix between the Buzzcocks and Queen. Besides being able to play really well and have great voices.
So what's going to be in the on the playlist for the tour van if you guys ever do like a cross-country tour, besides Queen and Buzzcocks?
Probably NPR because Eric's sound system doesn't work. He only gets the radio sometimes. Britney.
Yeah. Britney Spears.
Okay.
Pussycat Dolls.
Yeah. Josie and the
Yeah, that's what I'm
Pussycats.
sorry.
Uh,
I'm learning.
Any band with Pussycat in it, basically?
I think just Josie and the Pussycats.
Okay.
Is the Pussycat Dolls a band?
That's a band. Yeah.
yeah.
Is that the Fanta band?
I don't know much about
Is
them.
the orange soda?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
With Snoop Dogg in it, right?
Don't you? I don't know how it goes.
The
They had a
buttons.
commercial.
Buttons.
There's buttons in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know more about them than I do already, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. So I guess Pussycat Dolls and the Josie and the Pussycat Dolls, like or whatever. Probably listen to each other talk or snore. Hopefully, he gets his radio fixed. It has like an aux input because it's not 1995 anymore.
Yeah. There's an iPod connector. So
There
digital
you go.
stuff-
There you go, Milwaukee. We're good.
Right on, right on. So, how often do y'all meet to rehearse or practice? How important is rehearsal to you guys? Is it more like consistency is good to keep it going, or do you like to do like inspiration
It's like-
only whenever the mood strikes?
It's like once a week, and we're writing new stuff. Maybe play a couple of old songs if we're playing a show coming up, like we did coming up to playing here. But otherwise, it's writing new songs and doing it quick and fast.
And it's fun
Yeah.
And it's
because we get
fun.
to hang out.
Yeah, hanging out's the most important thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I get to see 3 of my favorite people in the world once a week at least.
true.
Nice, nice. And how long does it typically take you guys to come up with a new song? Like, do you do one a practice or more than one?
Usually it's
Depends.
Duck and Elliot or Blot will work on stuff and then bring it to practice, and maybe 1 to 4 practices
Yeah.
until like we have it down. But they do a lot of the work as far as like the building of the song goes, and then Eric and I kind of come in
Tweak it.
and do our thing. Yeah, and then we build the song together based off that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Cool.
really easy, or it's a fun process.
Comes natural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are the lyrics all yours, Joey?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's funny that you say that. Yeah, I don't know if this is do you have another question? Because for the next song that we're about to do, a lot of people ask me about this song. So are we ready to go into it, or do we have other questions?
No, we got a few more questions.
Okay, I'll wait
first.
then. I'll wait.
But
Keep
don't
going.
forget about that.
I will not
whatever-
forget.
whatever
Keep
that
going.
was.
We'll come back to that.
I wanted to ask you about Smoke the Worm, which you played in the last set. Is that based on real life events?
No, that's about coming up with a funny song title while consuming too many bush lights in one evening. And then,
There's a lot we can't talk about on the radio,
right.
unfortunately.
We'll blur.
but it's
things.
funny ideas going off each other, and then sometimes those ideas go into a song because somebody says something, and we have to make that a song name, and that's where it goes into.
Well, see, we're trying not to ask about any songs with swear words in them, so that's why you get Smoke the Worm.
Yeah, the only one that has swear words in it is explicitly in the title, and we're not playing that one tonight, out of respect.
And we appreciate that.
So let's talk about the album, Twisted in the Wild. I mean, the abstract cover art kind of gives me an impression on what that means, what it looks like. Could you explain? Is it like?
That's all
Yeah.
Blatt's work.
Yeah, so I painted that. It was a watercolor that I did.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually woke up one morning, this was months before we even thought about releasing this album. And I just had this urge to paint this picture, and it was really early in the morning. It was like 6 a.m. So it's weird, but it was just kind of like something that came to me in a dream. And I was just kind of on autopilot and painted it. And then Twist in the Wild came about because it's just fitting for the band. And we all like Twisted Tea, and if you've ever been twisted in the wild, you know how it goes. So
Yeah.
so those two just kind of worked hand in hand, and it just kind of worked out that way. So
Right on. Maybe a sponsorship is in the works.
Get after us, Sam Adams.
Have you done any other album artwork before, or is this your first one?
me, yeah, I do. I do a lot of album artwork for like Beach Burial and that project, and then Hoghead.
You've done another one.
What's up?
You did mine.
Oh yeah, I did a Girl in a Knife Fight album art for that too. I love making art, so that's one thing I really enjoy about making music is being able to merge those two worlds together. And so I really like to have creative control over things that I release, and with collaboration too, with the people that I'm doing it with. But yeah, I love making art.
Very cool.
So you mentioned that you went into the studios, Howell Street, with Shane Hatchstetler to like record everything. And what was that like? Did you work on this record for like a week, couple days?
2 days.
2 days.
No. Oh, you mean in the studio?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
yeah.
practiced for like 2 months straight.
Oh,
doing
yeah.
The exact order of the songs.
Yeah.
It's just, it makes it cheaper when you're ready to go. You get in there and it's all done.
Right on.
We don't have a lot of money.
Tips you pick up over the years. Be ready when you go into the studio, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have as much money as it looks like we have.
Oh man, working with Shane is wonderful. So everything sounded real great. So
He definitely made it an easy process and an enjoyable process.
yeah.
Shane makes this city a million times cooler, as well as 91.7.
Thanks,
Uh-huh.
It's
Joey.
for real. It's crucial. Those kind of things, those like the people and y'all, and just that makes all this stuff work and function and give us. Look at us. We're dumb. And we're hanging out at this cool spot and sounds good. And there's lights and we're being interviewed. That's neat. So, thank you, Shane. Thank you, guys.
Well, we're about ready for your next set. If you'd like to introduce that, the first song.
So everywhere we go, people always ask me what the song's about lyrically, and the last time we were in Houghton, Upper Michigan, and this woman and this man come up to me and like, hey, what's that song Nipple about? And I was like, you're gonna have to ask Eric. This song's about the news. Megan, don't care. Answer. That's so long. But I live in a big old little shadow. Bang on with a I don't care. Thank you, Anodyne. Song's called Stealing Speed from Brookfield. It's about obtaining pharmaceuticals. I spilled a beer, but other people spilled beer, I think. But it's not me if there's a stain on the rug. I apologize. This song's called D-Beat. We have 2 more songs left. Thank you. Eric's dad wrote this song.
have you tell the listeners where to find the record that you just put out, Twisted in the Wild, about any upcoming events or shows you got going on this year, where to follow you on social media if you got that rolling too.
There's no social media, but you can email peroxidemke@gmail.com. The Bandcamp is just PeroxideMKE, but if you search Twisted in the Wild, you should be able to find it. And then you can catch us at our next show at Cactus Club, March 15th with Jill from New Jersey, among other couple of other local bands.
All right.
Yeah.
Any other events coming up that you have on the calendar?
No, but I just wanted to give a shout out. I just started, I opened up a recording studio with my buddy Phil and Matt down in St. Francis called Noise Together. So check that out. It's just Noise Together, at Noise Together on Instagram. Other than that, that's pretty much it.
My other band, Habitat for Insanity, and his new band, Delicious Monsters, are playing at Circle A on the 12th.
12th of
February.
Okay.
Bring a Vax card and your whole vaxxed body.
And a mask, because there's going to be people there in person. So let's try to keep our friends safe and alive.
It is very small.
I'm trying to do a backflip. I'm working on doing a backflip. So I'll put this out to the listeners as well. If anyone knows how to do that, I'm interested in your advice.
Will there be like a YouTube video if you succeed?
Yeah, my number is 414-405-8315. My name is Joey Turbo. If you have any advice on how I can do a backflip on flat ground, just like looking at you straight and I do a backflip, I'm trying to do that. So, thank you.
All right, I hope you succeed.
Good luck.
Yeah.
I guess that's all we have.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys playing your album and your set for us. It sounded great. Thanks again.
Thank you for being the best radio station in Milwaukee.
Thank
and
you.
giving a care for local music and all of it too.
Yeah. You're welcome.
We are very appreciative of you guys being here with us tonight, and to all of you out in the audience, on the video, in the radio, thanks a lot. And we want to let everybody know that tonight's edition of Local Live was broadcast and live streamed from Anodyne on Bruce Street in Walker's Point. Local Live is a production of 91.7 FM WMSE, produced by Aaron and myself. Audio and video engineering by Knieverland Productions. All graphics by Ert Rock Design. Band hospitality by Transfer Pizza. Local Live is presented by Third Space Brewing. You have your home, you have your work, but everyone needs a third space. Thanks once again to Peroxide. You guys were amazing.
Yes. And find upcoming guests and archives of past Local Live segments at WMSC.org. And tune in again next Tuesday at 6 o'clock. We've got a Local Live interview rolling with Vincent Van Great and Amanda Huff. Don't miss out.